Hello, everybody. I am Alex. I have come from the dungeons of the Underrealm, the Netherrealm, the Earthrealm, to bring you the latest in Mortal Kombat. I have come armed with all the lore knowledge, both narratively and fighting game-wise, to help Josh once again try to play a fighting game.
And we're here to help.
So basically we were getting bored doing Sherlock, so then Alex was like, hey, what if you play Mortal Kombat 11?
What's the opposite of Sherlock Holmes?
Yeah. Although now you've just put into my head the idea of a Sherlock Holmes fighting game.
Or if Sherlock Holmes was a guest character in Mortal Kombat. What would his finisher be?
Chance
Oh,
of
it
being
would be
in Soul Calibur.
It'd be the Robert Downey Jr. like first a strike to the lateral anterior capillary. Then I would gently drag my fingertip across the solar plexus, causing frissions of pleasure.
It's just that's
his X-ray attack.
And Sullivan.
No, that's his X-ray attack. His ultimate would clearly be uppercutting someone, and it would cut to them falling into a barrel, and then the camera pulls out, and the barrel goes over the Niagara Falls. That's his ultimate move.
Would it be like just a cut to Sherlock investigating the crime scene of his death?
May I also suggest summoning the invisible train? The missing invisible train from Crimes and Punishment. Or an assistant with the dog. Like the dog comes in, he whistles, and then the dog bites him in the junk. He uppercuts him, and then the dog bites him again in his butt.
Sherlock wins.
This game
went into demo mode, I guess. I don't know.
It's an arcade game.
So we're gonna play story mode. I guess. Would you like to play the basic tutorial first? Would I like to play the basic tutorial first?
No, you're fine.
No, yeah, sure, I can. Story difficulty, very hard.
Very difficult.
No. Do either easy or normal. You won't have trouble on normal.
See if I can handle medium. I played a bit of Mortal Kombat 10. Okay. I think that's the only Mortal Kombat game I've ever played.
So I want to point something out quick before the lore starts, and we have to start discussing it. The way they use Ks instead of Cs, I find very interesting, because I have done enough of this kind of drafting and copywriting that I know that there's kind of you really need to commit one way or the other between am I going to do the stylistic thing occasionally for emphasis or garnish, but kind of keep it rare, or am I going to do it consistently in every single iteration? And I think almost always the former is the best way to go, but they've clearly committed to the latter with this franchise, because there's 12 Ks instead of Cs on the front page of this game.
I love that we're playing Mortal Kombat and talking about copy.
Mortal copy.
So this is Shinnok, and that's Raiden.
Yeah, so everybody's basically been dead and alive and dead and alive. That's basically all there is to it with Mortal Kombat.
So what's happening here?
Raiden is torturing Shinnok for the problems that happened as a result of Mortal Kombat X. So basically, this game is called Mortal Kombat 11, but you only really need to play the previous 3 games, because Mortal Kombat 9 was a remake of Mortal Kombat 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, just the previous 3. Mortal Kombat 9, Mortal Kombat X, and Mortal Kombat 11. It's actually, this is going to be an unpopular opinion, I think, among our audience, but it's actually a really fun Saturday morning cartoon with ultra-violence, and I kind of love it.
It's actually really awesome, because what else is interesting is that it's not even just a remake, it's actually a redo. So what happens is that all the events from Mortal Kombat 1 to
8, I guess.
The Deadly Alliance, and then the second one after that, and then the other one after that, was the trilogy, the ending trilogy, where everybody basically died. And then there was a redo, so everything that happened up to that point started at the beginning again, in a vision to Raiden. So Raiden knows everything that happens in all the other games, but no one else. So he's like, we're gonna do this again, knowing that Shao Kahn wins at the end and everyone dies. And I'm gonna tell everyone about this prophecy because everything happens. And so everything in the new games is like that storyline.
Gotcha.
So it's all actually connected.
So it's Star Trek 2009 and Raiden is Spock.
Yes,
Yeah,
basically.
basically.
Okay.
Okay,
And so
I have
now it's gone like really off the rails to the point where people have died and got taken to the Netherrealm so many different times that they have been cloned. So there's like 2 Johnny Cages, and Johnny Cage has been training the younger generation. So like Jax's kid and his kid and everyone else's kid. It's like the new Earthrealm defenders. So in the meantime, Johnny Cage has been taken.
I have a lot of questions, but right now I'm going to stick with who or what is Shinnok?
Shinnok is the head there, and he's basically a god that wanted
He's
to
the
basically
head.
destroy some of the realms. He was basically the main antagonist of Mortal Kombat X, and Johnny Cage defeated him. He was beaten, and Raiden is torturing him because in the process of defeating Shinnok, Shinnok actually managed to take Liu Kang, Kung Lao, and several others, and made them basically, what's the word they use, like revenants or something? They're basically evil versions of themselves. They're mind-controlled, evil, undead versions of themselves. So about
That
half
sounds
of
like
the
a really
good guy cast,
insanely convenient conceit for a fighting game story mode.
a lot of this is, as is the recurring theme of time travel, to be able to explain why young version of X fights older version of X. They do that a lot.
Oh, yeah, that
It
does
makes
make
sense why they did the DC games too, because it's just so comic booky, which is great. And like, just it is what it is, and it's not pretending to be something serious.
Push back Shao Kahn.
God, she
About
can't
their
act,
column,
though.
their
I'm
point.
discovering that y'all know way more the fuck about Mortal Kombat than I thought any of you did.
Honorably discharged.
I've played the most of them. I like Mortal Kombat.
Left him no longer fit to serve.
Some of
I
us
do not
actually
like
like
her.
things, Josh.
And we honor his sacrifice by doing what he would
Oh, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I just had no idea. I mean, okay, I can understand you, Alex, because you play a bunch of fighting games, but
step forward.
does Chris really play fighting games?
I play NetherRealms games because they're not difficult and they have a story mode, and I don't have any friends, so
But there are
like
no
most Japanese
free
fighting games
actors.
don't have a story mode, and so I kind of bounce off.
What?
Of them.
Are you kidding?
Still have to pass one
Tekken,
I mean, like, they're-
the best
I
game
I
that
picked
has
up
a
Street-
campaign.
I picked up Street Fighter. It doesn't really have one. I picked up Soul Calibur 5 or whatever we're up to. It has a story mode, but it's not really like this. It's not a focus. I'll put it that way.
DOA has a story mode.
So what are my buttons here? So it's got
One of the
up and
triggers will
down,
throw that
light and
propane
heavy
tank.
attacks.
One of the triggers will throw that propane tank.
That was like block.
So I just want all the viewers at home to know, for good or for ill, approve or disapprove, that I lobbied to get Josh to play this with a keyboard, and he was obstinate.
We do not need any more fucking handicaps against me fucking doing
I have a
fighting
bottomless-
games.
I have a bottomless thirst.
Okay, you might want to like pause the game and learn some of her moves, like because Cassie has a gun you could use.
Yeah, just keep doing. Oh, you're Cassie. Okay.
Oh, wow,
I
this
was about to say, you
looks-
seem to be doing okay.
No, not this, not this.
Before you get
Go
too
back to-
overwhelmed,
No.
Go hit B once. Hit B one time exactly,
Right.
or whatever. That special moves. Dual wielding is a go back up.
Yeah.
Dual wielding is just back forward X. Shoulder charge is back forward Y, and you can enhance it.
What does enhance mean?
So you got some meter in your bottom screen, in the bottom of your screen. It's the little sword meter at the very, very bottom left where you are. And if you enhance it, it uses half of that meter, and it makes it do extra damage, and it also makes it look cooler. So dual
Okay.
wielding, you can't like
s-
do extra gun damage, but shoulder charge, you can do extra moves.
Right. I just noticed it says I'm facing left, so that's actually forward back, isn't it?
No, the UI autocorrects to whatever way you're facing.
Right. Okay. All right.
So if you're facing left, it's back forward X.
Can you imagine if they didn't? Alright, Cassie. Okay,
There, that
both
was a
of you
move.
have a fatal blow, so go ahead and deploy that, I guess.
Fatal blow is both triggers at once.
I don't know how to do
both
that.
triggers at once. Both triggers at once.
Yeah, it says how to do it. Oh no, you're in critical.
There you go. You did it.
Isn't this like a sparring match between
Those are sparring bullets.
Mother and daughter.
military officers?
Mother and daughter at that.
You broke her backup jaw.
It's fine.
That I know it's stupid and you're not supposed to think about it, but that did actually legitimately bug me when I played Mortal Kombat X. Or, I think actually it was 9. Because it had the X-ray moves. Maybe it was X, I don't know. It had the X-ray moves, and like, you see somebody just like busting their skull
So
and
that
all of
doesn't-
their ribs and driving their spine into their shoes, and then like the fight just keeps going.
Oh, I'm thinking of the wrong button as X. Okay.
And it's like,
Hang
I
on.
kind of get it, but on the other hand, what's the point of showing you entirely devastating someone's skeleton if they're then just gonna roundhouse kick you with their broken bones?
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
guess.
in fairness, they got rid of X-ray attack.
Yeah, that's smart.
Commander Cage, reporting for duty.
See, that
Hi,
wasn't that
Mom.
hard.
I shot you like 9 times, blew out your kneecaps, and broke your ribs.
Commander.
Yeah.
But it's okay. We're all fine.
Again, you have
there's
to look
the
at it
Jade.
kind of like a hyper-violent kung fu movie where sparring can happen and it doesn't mean anything. It's a symbolic fight.
Commander, and I got mine.
Starring in yet another
So that's old Johnny Cage?
Yes, all of these are the old versions of the characters. We haven't seen the time-displaced ones yet.
I just want to see one of these games replace Johnny Cage with Kyle Gass with no explanation.
I don't think Kyle Gass can do what Johnny Cage does. No disrespect to Kyle Gass.
Same
but-
moveset. Same moveset.
The Nether Realm.
Except he has a fatality where he just makes someone's head explode. Like in the Pick of Destiny.
Maybe there's an explanation.
Like, it feels like Mortal Kombat is sort of this weird off-breed of, like, the Marvel Cinematic Universe and Tales from the Crypt. And I kind of... and a little bit of a fighting movie. And I love that.
It's about time we brought the
Yeah, I've never actually seen Tales from the Crypt, but I feel like I might enjoy it.
Depends on which one you're talking about. Some of it has not aged well.
Of their power. Destroy it.
Oh, I
and
see.
their undead army will fall.
I don't even know what Tales from the Crypt is.
It's a pulp comic that was eventually turned into an HBO horror series that was
And
eventually
it's hosted
turned
by a
into...
zombie version of me.
Undead army.
Basically,
Well, that
yes.
explains why I've never heard of it.
Infiltrate the cathedral.
Yes.
Destroy it from the inside.
We get pinned down in there.
You know, like the Crypt Keeper.
To ensure Earthrealm's survival.
Do you guys
Wait,
actually
Earth
know?
is called Earthrealm?
So,
What up?
do you guys actually know what like the actual reason Mortal Kombat exists? Like why the tournament happens?
Oh shit.
I do.
Hang on. I want to try to explain this because I don't.
Yes.
But I think I do. I'm mistaken.
Try it. Yes, go ahead.
Can I before
Okay.
before Rutz does it? I got. Is it because people like fighting?
Bring it here.
Yes.
No, there's like a tournament. You have to hold a tournament for like the universe is going to give like there's a universe that universes are destroyed, and you get your universe not destroyed by winning a tournament, and the tournament's hosted by like a kind of Greco-Roman Thanos, Genghis Khan, and he makes you fight good, and then you have to fight him sometimes for some reason. I'm pretty sure that's exactly it.
You're pretty close, actually.
Greco-Roman Genghis Khan.
He means Shao Kahn. And Shao Kahn doesn't actually run the tournament. He's one of the two forces fighting for the power to destroy the other realm.
We're in
I got a question. Did we just get teleported into hell?
No, this is
Yep.
NetherRealm. So this is the other realm. So,
Yeah, it's hell.
Alex,
It's
do you want to
hell.
explain the point of Mortal Kombat?
It
so
looks
that we
like
can-
hell.
It's
NetherRealm
hell.
sounds like hell.
Yeah,
Nether
so
realms are
there's like
real.
a bunch of different realms, and Earth realm is one of them, and that's basically regular Earth. as we know it. And the gods have decided that each realm has their own protector, and like Raiden is one of the protectors of Earthrealm, sent by the gods. And so they want to sometimes attack other realms, but in order to do so, you have to engage in Mortal Kombat. And it is a very specific rule set where you have to win 9 times in a tournament style. So that's like basically the plot of like the first timeline of Mortal Kombat is like the Netherrealm attacking Earthrealm and the like 9 battles, and then they have a rematch, and then it's very specific.
That's arcade mode, right?
Yes,
Well, so
very specific. Arcade mode narrativized in the like rules of the world.
I'm not 100% certain because it's been a long time since I've looked this up, but I believe the original canon was Liu Kang wins the original Mortal Kombat in the what would have been the 9th victory for Netherrealm to come invade Earth. Shao Kahn gets pissy and invades anyway, and that causes all kinds of chaos between the realms because you're not supposed to do that. So other gods get involved, and it gets very complicated, and you end up with crazy plots.
Yeah, so by the end, everyone teams up together to fight the Shao Kahn because he goes insane. Because what he does, and this is the Deadly Alliance, is he revives everyone like Black, Darkest Night style. Like revives all the dead people, kills everybody, and then turns them into like zombies on his side. So then everyone teams up to kill him, and then that's when the battle ends, is when everything's retconned.
Is this just Chinook's life now? It's just a skull. He's got a head.
That's hilarious. Also, I can't help but point out that Cassie Cage and her mom looks like they are exactly the same age.
Cassie Cage looks, like a couple of years younger, maybe. So are these all the
That's
evil
Cabal and
versions of
Jade.
people that have been revived?
They're the heels.
Jade has been
Mortal
revived.
kayfabe.
Cabal is just evil. Cabal's just a jerk. And all the other demons are the Barakan. Is Barakan the name of the... or Tartakan?
Yes.
Tartakan. I can't remember the species.
Barakan is Obama's faction.
No, Baraka is is the leader of the Tartakans.
Fast. Take out him and Jade. I'll go downstairs and set the C4.
Roger that.
All I think I know about Cassie Cage is that she had the coolest fatality, where she basically like splits someone's head open and then takes a selfie, and then it like pans out to like Facebook basically, and people are leaving comments on the pictures she took.
There's not really a lot of backstory to these characters. They're just really like, they're from Earthrealm and they're the special forces. Johnny Cage is an actor who also has like these special powers. That's about
that's only
it.
if you haven't read the Mortal Kombat novelizations.
I mean, it could be more complicated. But like the actual lore stuff really is like Raiden and Liu Kang, and then like Scorpion and Sub-Zero have their own like side plot, and because they're rivals, so they have their own thing going on.
Fight!
Although I guess more of this new stuff is focused on like the human.
Okay.
Stick his head in the
There
blood.
are.
So I'm not doing so great.
We can set it to more easy.
Oh,
So
we're
Don't
good
give
at
up
that.
yet, Josh.
I would not have lost my money, but it turns out that the only Mortal Kombat novelizations are novelizations of the films, and also, confusingly, there seems to be 2 different novelizations of the 1995 movie by 2 different authors.
Yeah, beat up Cabal. He's a jerk.
I need to start up a book club comparing these 2.
and then he stands up, and I tap him in the face once.
Someone has a digest version. Ooh.
So there are comic books, which I believe are considered canon. But
Canon. Mortal
I
canon.
think there's
How do I do that
actually like
dash?
I don't think it is, actually.
How do you do his dash? You can't. He's Cabal. He does that.
How do I do a dash? It seems like I don't have a lot of reach.
You got guns. You don't need reach.
Yeah, well, how do I use those guns?
Back forward X. That's as previously discussed.
Oh my god! There are totally two completely separate Mortal Kombat novelizations. Like, two different novelizations of the first Mortal Kombat film by two different authors.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
I'm skimming them,
Use
and
the
like,
Scythe.
they're totally different.
Use the Scythe.
You lose as fast as
Yeah, I did it.
Wow, one of them is way more involved than the
What?
other.
Scythe?
Where's Jade?
Is that not what it's called?
Getting help, I'm sure.
Scythe, whatever. There's a C in the
Scythe.
word.
How we doing?
Fuck you. It's a K in this game. It's SKYTHG.
Sky.
Negative. Just watch our back. 10 more minutes.
Okay, so here's how the Jeff Roven novel starts. Apart from the characters that appear in the video game Mortal Kombat, most of the gods, dragons, heroes, alchemists, curs, and folk characters described or mentioned in this novel come from the rich mythology and history of China. Interested readers can learn more by consulting such texts as Great Civilization, China by Ian Morrison, and the wonderful Alchemy, Medicine, and Religion in the China of AD 326. In particular, the James R. Ware translation. The roots of a thing may be well balanced, but its branches are deviant. The IPN of Ko Hung, AD 320.
Like, this is basically an MCU fight,
But Raiden,
right?
And here's how the other novelization
yes.
by Martin Del Rio starts. Johnny Cage, the movie star, stood on the set of his latest film. He was looking at a scroll.
Lock and load.
Like a Marvel character scroll?
No, scroll.
I mean, that's
S-C-R-O-L-L.
basically the same as it was the best of times, it was the worst of times.
It really
No, I
establishes
think, okay.
the same thing.
I think that the novelization by Jeff Roven is not based on the movie, but it was confusingly like labeled as being based on the movie on the Mortal Kombat fan wiki, which you'd think would know.
Well, what surprises me is that the movie really is not that far from the game's established storyline. Like, Mortal Kombat the movie remains probably the best video game adaptation in terms of adapting the actual narrative of the game to the screen.
Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead
It's
and
just campy and 80s and exactly what it needed to
Yeah.
be.
But it also hits the same plot beats.
Did anybody watch the Michael Fassbender Assassin's Creed movie?
No.
No, because it seemed bad.
nope.
I did not hear good things, but then I did not watch it either. And then I've done 2 Hitman movies that both suck. That guy
They
threw a
have.
skull.
They have. I have seen both of them, and I don't know which one I like less. You know what? The first one they made is definitely like a worse movie.
Does it
But the
bug
second
anybody
one
that
is just
Katana
done.
doesn't fight with katanas?
How are your scars healing?
It's not even the same.
Fight.
Yeah, a little. Yeah, but that's why they named her Katana.
But she fights with fans.
Well, they can't call her Fanny.